Hello students, hope you are doing well. Now in this session we will learn some more examples related to simple equations. Now we will start with first concepts, basic concept problems, then questions based on fractions, question based on digits, ages, coins, miscellaneous. Now let us start with the first discussion, that is a basic concept of a simple equation. Now look at the question here. Solve the following pairs of equations for x and y. Now the first equation, 3x minus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0 and 5y minus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now two variables, now two equations we have with the two variables. Now I am writing 3x minus 2y is equal to 5 and minus 4x plus 5 is equal to minus 2. I am taking variables on one side and numbers other side, constant values other side. Now x and y value to be found. Now to find the x value, just make the coefficients of y same in both the equations. Now by multiplying the first equation with the 5, second equation with the 2, we get equal coefficients of y. Now the variable y gets cancelled. What is the remaining? Now 3 times of 5, 15, and 2 times of 4, it is 8. 15 minus 8 results 7x. What is the value of 5 into 5? 25. The product of these two, it is a minus 4. 25 minus 4 means it is a 21. The value of x, it is 3. When x is equal to 3, the value of y means substitute x as 3 in any one of these two equations. Now I am substituting in the first equation. 3 times of 3 means it is a 9 minus 5 means 4 is equal to 2y. So 2y is equal to 4 means y is equal to 2. So what are the values of x and y? 3 and 2. Here option 2 is the right choice. Now look at this example. 5x minus 2y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x minus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0. Now I am writing here I am writing equation by taking the variables on one side, constant other side. Now x and y values to be found. Now here instead of making the coefficients of x same, it is very easy to make the coefficients of y same in both the equations. When you multiply the first equation with the 2, we get 4y in both the equations. Now subtracting the second equation from the first one. What is the result? Now these values will become the minus 3x plus 4y is equal to minus 5. Now 5 into 2, 10, 10 minus 3, it is a 7x. Whereas here minus 2 minus 5 is minus 7. The value of x is minus 1. When you substitute the value of x as minus 1 in any one of these two equations, we get the value of y. Now substitute and simplify. So here minus 5x plus 1 means minus 4 by 2, it is a minus 2. The values of x and y are minus 1 and minus 2. The option is 4. Now look at the next example. The cost of 3 chairs and 4 tables is rupees 2500, whereas the cost of 4 chairs and 3 tables is rupees 2400. Find the cost of a chair. Now if you observe this question carefully, now what is given here? The cost of 3 chairs and 4 tables. So I am taking C as a chairs and tables as a T. Now 3 chairs and 4 tables the cost rupees 2500, and the second equation here, 4 chairs and 3 tables cost. 4 chairs and 3 tables cost is rupees 2400. Now to find what to find? Cost of a chair. Now chair value to be found. So two variables given here. So eliminate the second variable, nothing but chair, the table value to be eliminated. Now chair value to be found. Now what to find here? Cost of a chair. Cost of a chair we can find just by eliminating the variable t. Now multiplying the first equation with 3 and the second equation with 4, now we get equal coefficients of t. Now when t gets cancelled, remaining is the value of c. Observe the equations here. 4 times of 4, it is a 16, 3 times of 3, it is a 9. 16 minus 9, it is a 7c. Now what is the value of 3 times of 2500? It is 7500. The product of 4 and 24, it is a 9600. Now when you subtract, so what is the result? Now the difference of these two values 96 and 75, it is a 2100. So what is the cost of a chair? It is a rupees 300. The right choice for this question is option 3. Now look at the next question. The cost of 10 mangoes and 9 apples is rupees 48. The cost of 27 mangoes and 25 apples is rupees 131. What is the cost of 3 mangoes and 2 apples? Now we have two equations. In this example we have two equations with two variables, 10 mangoes 9 apples cost and 27 mangoes and 25 apples cost. Now what to find here? 3 mangoes and 2 apples. Of course we can find the individual values of mango and apple. After finding the values of mango and apple, we can find 3 mangoes and 2 apples. It is one of the discussions. Now what is the other one? The second one, alternate method logic here. If you observe these two equations carefully. Now what to find? 3m and 2a. How to get 3m and 2a from these two equations means just observe the first equation. When you multiply the first equation with 3, we get 30 mangoes, and here it is a 27 mangoes. 30 and 27, the difference in these two is 3m. When you are multiplying with 3, it becomes 27 apples. 27 minus 25 results the value. Now what I am doing here? I am multiplying the first equation with 3. Multiplying with the 3 means now the value of 3 times of 48. So 3 times of 40, 120 plus 24, it is a 144. 30 mangoes minus 27 mangoes means 3 mangoes. Now 9 into 3, 27 apples minus 25 apples, it is a 2 apples. Now what is the value? It is 144 and 131. The difference in these two, it is 13. Now the cost of 3 mangoes and 2 apples is rupees 13. The right choice for this question is option 3. Now look at the next question. 4 added to half of 1/3 of 1/6 of a number is equal to 1/12 of the number. What is the number? Now what is given here? 4 is added to a number. So what is the number means? We don't know the number, so we are assuming the number as x. 4 is added to half of 1/3 of 1/6 of the number. Now number we are assuming it as x. So what is the half of it? Half of the number means x into 1/2. This is the half of the number. Now what is doing? Again he is saying 1/3 of the number. 1/3 of the number means just multiply with 1/3. Now one more condition. What is that? 1/6 of a number. 1/6 of a number means this is the 1/6. Now just come back. The x is a number, half of it means x into 1/2. Now on this value again he is saying 1/3 means x into 1/2 into 1/3. Again he is saying that 1/6 of a number. Now this is the number. To this number, what is added here? 4 is added. What is the result? Now the result is 1/12 of the number. The number is x. So what is the 1/12 of it? So 1/12. 1/12 of a number is 1/12. Now it is, this value is equal to 1/12 of a number. Take variables on one side, numbers other side, results x. Now what is the value on left side here? X into 1 into 1 into 1. Now the result is x by 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 6, 36. X by 36 plus 4 is equal to x by 12. The value 4 is equal to, now when you take variables on one side, the LCM of 36 and 12 is 36. So 36 is a LCM, it goes how many times? 3 times, 3 minus 1 is a 2x. Solving this, the result is, now 2 it goes how many times? 2 times. So 2 times of 36, it is a 72. So the number correct, the choice for this question is option 3. Now look at the next question. The sum of 5 consecutive positive integers is 55. The sum of the squares of the extreme terms is. Now what is the question here? Sum of the 5 consecutive integers, positive integers. Now I am assuming the first integer. Now here we can answer this question in 3 ways. The first discussion, just by taking the first value as x. The next one is x plus 1. Next one is x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4. These are the 5 consecutive positive integers. I am assuming the x as a positive integer. This is one way. The second discussion here, when you assume the first value, means the greatest value as a x, the previous values x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus 4. This is the second discussion. Now one more way to answer the same question here. Now when you are assuming the middle value as x, the next one is x plus 1, next is x plus 2. The previous values are x minus 1, x minus 2. Of these 3 ways, 3 methods, now the best discussion is the third one. When you add these then when you add these 3, when you add all these values, what is the result? Positive 1 minus negative 1 gets cancelled. Positive 2, negative 2 gets cancelled. Then what is the remaining? The remaining is 5x. Now 5x is equal to 55. The value of x is 11. Means x is the middle value, that is 11. What is the question here? What is the sum of the squares of the extreme terms? Extreme terms means the first and the last. The first value 11 minus 2, 9. Last value 11 plus 2, 13. So what to find? 9 square. 9 square means 81. 13 square means 169. Sum of these two values. It is 250. So 250 means option 1. If you observe the same question using the averages, it is very easy to answer the question. Now if you observe this one, what we are doing here? We are finding the middle value. A small logic, just remember this. Now when the question is following 2 conditions, the first condition is when the series is following a arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression means quantities are said to be in arithmetic progression when they increase or decrease by a common difference to get the next or the previous term respectively. The second condition here, the number of terms, it should be odd number of terms. Odd number of terms means, now here how many terms given? 5 terms, or let us take 9 or 71. When the number of terms is odd, just use the formula of average formula. What is that? Sum by number. So sum by number means we get average. This average is always a middle number. Average is the middle number when the question is satisfying these 2 conditions. Now in this example, what is given? 55 is the sum. So 55, number of terms is 5. So divide with 5, results the middle value. Means without using a pen and paper, we can find the middle number by using the average formula. Now look at the next question. There are two numbers such that the sum of the twice the first number and thrice the second number is 140. The sum of the thrice the first number and twice the second number is 135. What is the smaller number? I am assuming the numbers as x and y. So, we need to find the smaller one. What is the first condition here? The condition 1, the first number is doubled, means twice. Twice the first number and thrice the second number, the result is 140. What is the second one here? Thrice the first value. Thrice the first value and twice the second value, the result is 135. Smaller one to be found. Now, just here we need to find the values of x and y. Using those values, which is a smaller, which is a larger, we can find very easily. Now, generally, if you observe these equations, just only guessing here. Now, if you observe 2 times and 3 times, 3 times and 2 times is given. If you observe the values of these two equations, it is a greater. So, here 3 times I am using for y and 3 times I am using for x. So, when you are using for y, the result is greater, more value, means y is chances of y is more and x is less. Now, what is the x value, what is the y value means? Now, to find the value of y and x, just I am multiplying the first equation with 2 and second equation with 3. Now, we get equal coefficients of y gets cancelled. Now, what is the result? 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 3, 9. When you subtract the value of the 4 from 9x, that results to 5x. Now, 2 times of 140, it is a 280, and 3 times of 135, it is a 405. Difference in these two values, it is a 125. Difference in these two values is 125, the value of x 25. When the value of x is 25, now find the value of y. What is the result? Now, 2 times of, I am substituting here, 2 times of 25 means 50. Subtract 50 from 140, 140 minus 50 results 90. Now, 3y is equal to 90 means the value of y is 30. The value of y is 30 and the value of x is 25. So, which is a smaller here? Smaller is 25, option 3. Now, let us discuss the next example. There are two numbers such that the sum of twice the first number and thrice the second number exceeds the sum of thrice the first number and twice the second number by 20. Find the difference between the two numbers. Now, difference between the two numbers should be fine. Just I am assuming the numbers as x and y. What is the first condition here? Twice the first number means 2x. Thrice the second number means 3y. Sum of these two means 2x plus 3y. Exceeds means more by, differ by, more by, greater than. So, the value of 2 times of the first number, 3 times of the second number, this value is greater than the 3 times of the first number and the 2 times of the second number, sum of these two values. The value of this one is greater than the value of 3x plus 2y by 20. This is the meaning of the statement. Now, simplify this. What is the result? 3y minus of 2y. So, here 3y minus 2y means we get y. Now, 2x minus 3x. 2x minus 3x means results minus x is equal to 20. So, what is the question here? So, the difference between the numbers means the y and the x value difference is at 20. Now, option 1. Now, in this example directly we got the value of the value of the difference of the two numbers now as a 20. Now, what is the value of y? What is the value of x means it is not required. Without finding the values of x and y, we can directly find the difference just by using this condition.